Gonna get started on the front suspension today. This thing being on air, we can't go with the typical strut front end like most drag cars, so we're gonna build a double A-arm, the 2,600 pound bag up front. Starting to get everything laid out. Got a wheel and tire we're gonna muck with. We're gonna do a 26-inch tire. That's about all we can fit under the fender of this thing when it's laid out. Went ahead and got some aluminum wheelwood spindles. I'll throw those on there. Going to do 88 to 98 upper and lower ball joints, just because that's kind of what we have around here at the shop normally on hand. We know they work. Probably never going to wear it out on a drag truck, so we'll go ahead and just use them. Got our manual Mustang 2 rack and pinion in, so going to try to get that mounted as well. So we're still unsure on wheels for the Blazer right now, but for the time being, Justin McDaniel has been oh so gracious enough to loan us a set for mock-up purposes. We're going to go ahead and go with a 15 by 4 inch wheel and a 36 by 6 inch tire. We're pretty set on a 36 inch tire, seeing as that's the only thing that'll fit under the fender when the truck's laid out. If this wasn't on air, it wouldn't be a problem. We'd probably run a 38 like most guys do, but lay the truck out, lo and behold, all we got is 36 inches to play with, so that's what we'll end up going with the tires. Okay, just a little thing I wanted to show you guys here. Normally, when you're building link bars, Watts link bars, whatever it is, any application where you put a bung inside of a tube, I see a lot of people not drill them little holes right there. And what those are, basically, is just cheap insurance. Because normally, you weld your bung in, do your perimeter weld, that's what holds the bung in. Problem is, if that weld ever breaks, cracks, whatnot, your bung's just simply gonna pull out, going down the road, put it in the ditch. It's a bad day. So what that little hole right there does is you weld your perimeter like normal, but then you plug weld those two spots. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 5, doesn't matter. The more the merrier. But what happens then is if that weld on the perimeter ever cracks, your bung's just gonna fall out. Because what happens is the material that you've welded through the hole into that bung is still holding it. So what you have to do then is basically rip all that material through the tube and out, which more than likely is not going to happen. Again, it's just it's cheap insurance, something I see a lot of people not do, so hopefully y'all learned something. look for today. Got the steering wheel here, got the chutes, got them buttons we was talking about on the steering wheel, shifter. Go that way real fast.
No turning left?
No turning left. Turn left bad. So for steering, we're just gonna go with the Mustang 2 rack and pinion. We're gonna go manual, that way we don't lose any power running a power steering pump, obviously. We ordered this one in. Unfortunately, once we got to the mock-up stages of this, we realized it's a little bit too wide. The mounts on this are offset, so the driver's side mount was actually in our lower frame rail tube. So we could have ordered another one. They actually make these that are 3 inches narrower, but they're $700 some odd. So I got to hunting around and figured out you can actually narrow these things with just a little bit of machine work. So I'm gonna go with that route. I'm gonna take 3 inches out of this one. I've never narrowed a steering rack, but I've also never built a pro mod. So I think I can get it figured out. So now that the rack's narrowed, we put it back in the frame. You can see that it fits a lot better. Definitely gets the mounts away from the tube, and now we'll work on the steering rack mounts. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I messed around and didn't get enough footage at the end of this video for a wrap up, so the end of this one's going to suck. But what doesn't suck is our sponsors. Thanks again to X-Power Racing Engines, Last Resort Show, and Garage Gear Clothing. Be sure to like and subscribe below, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Roll.
It's not the only obstacle we got to deal with around here.
Who is Sean? Who is this Sean you speak of? Dustin is now putting his belt back on because he just had his pants down trying to moon us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean, but you quit us. So we had to replace you with Dustin.
I wish I could have been naked for that one.
Just been chucking dick right there.
Sucking.
want y'all to meet Gary. He's our wiring expert. He's gonna put all of our wire nuts together in here.
I love wire nuts.
Okay, cut.